Hello and welcome back. My name is Taylor Antonick, a past state officer who spent a majority of my high school education in an ag classroom. It's about that time to start thinking of your fundraising efforts for the school year. Today we'll have two segments in this video. The first segment is just for you as an ag science teacher. We'll share some tips and tricks as well as important things to remember for your next fundraiser. The second segment will be shown to your students. In the future, if you need clarification on anything we talk about today, you can always refer back to these videos on the Fresh Country website. All right, ready to dive in? Let's do it. Remember, teachers should always work with iFresh Country from a computer, while students work from a smartphone. If a student does not have a smartphone, they can use a computer. If your organization has used iFresh Country previously, you already have a head start. Because your organization is already registered, please do not register again. All of your organization's history and registered students carry over from previous years. This saves you and your students from having to re-register every year. If you're a new teacher at your school and your organization has utilized iFresh Country in the past, but you don't have the credentials to log into the app, please call the iFresh Country Help Desk for assistance. Pro tip regarding returning students. You want students to continue to use their username and password from the previous year. Please instruct them to not register again. You can use a report titled Student Usernames and Passwords. This can be found under Reports on your teacher dashboard. This report can be a handy tool for you to quickly provide credentials to students that have forgotten their username and password. When it comes time to launch your fundraiser, be sure you've created a student-parent letter to pass out along with the brochures to your students. We encourage you to email it to all of your students' parents as well. If you've not created a student-parent letter, you can easily do so at freshcountry.com. If you take anything away from this video, let it be this. All of the brochures have a QR code on the order form that encourages consumers to scan and pay with a credit or debit card. Before a student leaves the classroom with a brochure, you must make sure that your chapter is registered with iFresh Country, a campaign has been created, the student is registered, and your chapter's name, along with the student's name, is clearly printed on the order forms. This is imperative. To ensure as much participation as possible, we suggest that each teacher in your department kick off the sale in their individual classroom, rather than gathering all students together in a single room. This will ensure the opportunity to offer more personalized help to your students and avoid any distractions. Hey everyone, I'm Taylor Antonick with Fresh Country Fundraising. I'm a past state officer and former FFA member here to give you a look into this year's fundraiser. Our goal is to equip you with all the tips, tricks, and tools necessary to be successful during this year's fundraiser. Even more than that, I'm also going to try and not bore you, so let's get started. First, let's talk about what and how to sell. In a moment, your teacher will pass out the brochures with the items you'll be selling this year. Struggling with ideas of who to sell to? Some easy people to start with are your parents, neighbors, teachers, and friends. I know our generation kind of forgot that face-to-face interactions can be a thing, but the best way to sell is simply going door to door and showing people the brochures in person. It can be awkward, I know, but people really do enjoy these items, and going door to door will boost your sales. Think about it. If a brochure with cookie dough was in front of you, are you telling me you wouldn't buy anything? I know I would. Don't forget to utilize one of the biggest resources you have, your parents. They can help you think of more contacts as well. Now let's answer the question that I know everyone is thinking. What's in it for me? To start, the money you raise will directly benefit your chapter, and then your chapter decides what to do with those funds, whether it's traveling for contests, fun events, or other financial needs. But even more than that are the direct rewards for you as an individual. Fresh Country has created a point system that will keep track of everyone's progress throughout your fundraising campaign. You will earn 1 point for every item sold and 1 point for every $20 worth of donations. If you earn at least 5 points on any given day, you'll receive 1 additional daily bonus point. On top of that, if you're the top point earner on any given day with at least 15 points, you'll be awarded an additional 5 points for being the daily leader. Yeah, that's a lot of numbers, but the point is, the more you sell and the more donations you receive, the more points you earn. The more points you earn, the more rewards you get as an individual. Your advisor will go into detail about your chapter's reward program after the video, But in other words, you'll be rewarded for your efforts, which as a broke teenager sounds pretty good. Now, if you want to win some rewards, you need to learn how to be successful with iFresh Country, the app. iFresh Country is how you'll log all sales and keep track of how well you're doing. I'm about to throw some information about how to use it, but keep your eye on the prize. If you used iFresh Country last year, please do not register again. Just sign in with your email address and password. If you don't remember your credentials, ask your teacher. If this is your first time to use the app, then download it from the Apple Store or at the Google Play Store by searching for iFresh Country and look for this icon. Your teacher should have the organization code written on the board in your classroom so you can register. If you don't have a smartphone, you can work from a computer by going to freshcountry.com, clicking on iFresh Country, and then selecting Student. All the order forms on the brochures have a QR code where consumers can scan the code with their phone, select your organization, select you as a student, purchase product, and pay with a credit or debit card. It's better for everyone if the consumer pays with a credit or debit card, so please encourage all consumers to scan and pay. If you have a family member that's helping you by taking the brochures to their workplace, ask them to encourage the consumer to scan and pay too. Before you leave the classroom today, be sure you're registered with iFresh Country and that both your chapter's name and your name are clearly printed on each order form on the brochures. When you open iFresh Country on your phone, you will see a QR code on your student dashboard. This QR code is unique to you. If you're face-to-face with a consumer, they can scan your QR code with their phone to order and pay with a credit or debit card. Now, if your chapter allows cash orders, then you'll have to enter those orders into the app yourself. You do this by selecting the New Order button on your student dashboard. You will be responsible for the money until you turn it into your teacher. That's why it's best to use Scan and Pay, so make sure to recommend that option. It will certainly make your life easier and your teacher's life much easier. Plus, consumers can usually buy more when paying with a credit or debit card, which means more sales and more rewards for you. All right, still following? The app also has some super cool features to help you sell a lot of product quickly. From the dashboard of the app, you can click on the Text Friends and Family button, which will automatically create a message with a link that you can copy and paste to text to family and friends. An attainable goal is to text the message to at least 20 people. It can be people that live in your community or outside of your community, even outside of your state. This will give consumers that live in the community the opportunity to purchase products while giving others outside the community the opportunity to make a donation to your chapter and pay with a credit or debit card. You can also make a post on Facebook or Twitter through the social media button, or utilize the parental assistance option that allows your parent or guardian to help you with your sales. Even though you may still be working to teach your advisor how to flip the camera around on their phone, iFresh Country actually is really easy to use. All right, start your engines, the clock is ticking. This is your chance to earn some great rewards, all while helping out your chapter. Be the first one to reach out to teachers, family, friends, and neighbors. Go door to door, send out automated messages, and track your points. Pro tip, drop by local businesses and show the owner or manager the brochure. Companies will often purchase large numbers of items as employee gifts. All right, thanks for listening and good luck.